Hey, superhero critic,
Yes!
what's our favorite fighting game?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
No.
Injustice 2. You can play with the turtles now.
No! The answer is Killer Instinct. You know, the game we're doing? Fucking Killer Instinct.
I knew that.
For those who have never heard of the game Killer Instinct, it is a fighting game franchise that was originally developed by Rare, published by Midway, and began as an arcade game in 1994. But eventually, it did become ported to the Super Nintendo in 1995, with a sequel for the N64 and a third game that finally came out on the Xbox One later on. We begin the story with a fight between a dinosaur named Riptor and our comic's main focus, the boxer TJ Combo. But if you notice, he has massive veins drawn on him as if he's Bane from Batman.
The plot of the game involves a huge corporation named Ultratech that organizes a yearly fighting tournament but secretly is working on dimension-opening portals to summon a demon, and the game currently has a comic series being published by Dynamite Comics. But today we are looking at the ones that were produced by Valiant Comics, defunct imprint Acclaim Comics, which was a 6-issue series that retells the first game's story. So this is a look into the backstory of Killer Instinct by taking a look at the first 3 comics around the game.
We begin the story with a fight between a dinosaur named Riptor and our comic's main focus, the boxer TJ Combo. But if you notice, he has massive veins drawn on him as if he's Bane from Batman. Oh, Riptor. Raining thick. Riptor.
Okay, Bane! Didn't expect to see you today. We watch Combo uppercut our DNAsaur has the text boxes alert to us that we are watching a live event. We learn that TJ has been kicked out of boxing due to giving himself illegal bioenhancements, but from that he enjoys his victory as the reporters begin asking questions.
Chairman of Ultratech wants to know TJ's implant status and tells the girl and pupil to bring him to his office before the next match. He then talks with a co-worker named Maddox, who questions his plans regarding Fulgore, which is a robot project, as well as his Limbo project. Maddox believes the chairman is a madman. Well, he is just a bald man in a franchise who just happens to be running a company. I have no idea how in any way that actually makes him a madman.
Really? I can name 4 off the top of my head right now. Lex Luthor, Kingpin, Dr. Wily, and Dr. Robotnik. And y'all really think that old men aren't mad?
You...
The next day, Combo meets with the chairman, celebrating the victory from the night before, and lets him know his next opponent is the living skeleton Spinal. So he asks for another pump-up, which he is not all reluctant to do so. While Combo is being plugged in, Our Lady in Purple grabs the key off the desk.
Meanwhile, Captain Pointybeard Maddox is spying on all of them, questioning who the woman is and what the chairman's real secrets are. We then head to our next fight as Combo punches Spinal, who responds with a fire blast. Oh.
Really? You gotta resort to using a fireball in a tournament? Such cheap tactics.
Don't be mad because you can't get good, bitch.
Fight continues as Combo pins Spinal down. As he goes in for the final hit, Spinal teleports behind him and strikes him with a sword. With Combo down, Spinal lets out a scream. Ah! Combo! Look at my flaming crotch!
I didn't realize Spinal was a ginger. Combo breakers up a counter, popping Spinal's head off, dropping his body and shattering it onto the ground below. As we fade to the ninja Jago, who is talking to his great tiger spirit about the world's destiny. Jago knows what he must do.
Next day, Combo is pissed that the chairman has denied him another pump up because he tells TJ he doesn't need it. Once he leaves, Combo turns to the purple lady, who also turns his help down, thus turning Combo towards the city, getting help from someone else.
I have my bio enhancement.
Did you just make a Corp Pops commercial reference?
Maybe.
We are then presented with the Fulgore boardroom, where all but one member are on a board due to rumors the Fulgore robot may not respond to command. So, in response, the chairman shoves him out the window, right in front of the lady in purple.
It's now the big fight as TJ has a lot of faith in himself, and the purple lady says she'll be in his corner through the monitors. Fighting begins, and it is clearly one-sided as TJ gets his ass handed to him. Not once did he even get a single hit in.
Our issue ends with our villain being happy over the success of Fulgore, as our mystery lady is nowhere near TJ's side and instead has secretly been the fighter named Orchid, who infiltrated Ultratech in order to find her friend Fern.
Orchid, Fern, everybody like the flowers. The flowers!
I swear, were you dropped on your head as a kid?
Yeah, and you're the one who did it.
My bad. Orchid learns what she needs to know about the Fulgore robots, and the next day decides it's time to join the tournament, getting all the way to the semifinals facing Chief Thunders and Dago. Orchid learns quickly to stay far from Thunder as his head becomes set ablaze.
He's a flamer.
You're a dick!
And your point?
As Chief Thunder tries to strike at Orchid, she flips out of the way, kicking him into the ground and beating the living shit out of him. Orchid then shows her opponent Mercy, which is apparently against tournament rules, as Jago questions her reason.
See, with all those social justice warriors out there, nowadays, killing your opponent would honestly be a hate crime.
A hairline is a hate crime.
Meanwhile, at the Ultratech lab, we see the chairman's secret project is a giant machine that Maddox is furious over since no one even knows if it's going to work. The gentleman does not care about Maddox's words. We then get a very random commercial break.
For all beef protein, that's a steal, snag yourself some Ultra Meal.
Come and eat what KI champions eat. All beef, ultra meal, gourmet strips.
Contains 100% real beef, eyes, hooves, gums, and mucus. May cause blindness.
I'm blind enough as it is.
That's what you're fucking worried about?
It's now back to Dago, who is now in his next match against the underrated Sablewolf, all while Combo is watching from a hospital bed. The fight goes back and forth, with each opponent getting equal hits in, but eventually Sablewolf gets an upper hand. But Dago gives him the slip as he uppercuts the Wolfman in the face, then begs for his life to be taken.
Seriously? You're in a tournament where the goal is to survive no matter what. If it was me, I'd be killing a motherfucker. I have powers, blades, weapons, cybernetic enhancements. What the hell? Kill a motherfucker!
Back at the lab again, the chairman activates his portal. Maddox, again the only one who has an issue with what's going on, who then tries to stop the process, but is too late as a claw comes out, and the chairman welcomes his new friend to the universe.
Combo interrupts Jago's meditation, questioning why he didn't kill Saberwolf, to which he says he won, so there was no need to kill. TJ not liking that answer. On the next day, Orchid is finally up against Fulgore.
Woman versus machine. Who will win? Place your bets.
My bet is on the sex bots being made and sent to my house.
That's grody. Fight begins as Fulgore gives Orchid the worst fight she's had, literally dodging or reversing everything she has, until she says screw it and releases her secret power of a fiery cat spirit, kicking and spinning until she's the last being standing.
However, the chairman has other ideas, revealing to the public who Orchid really is, and our second issue ends with everyone meeting the new demon Idol.
Our fighters look on in bewilderment as the chairman boasts about this demon. Our villain then announces to everyone what Orchid's real plan was. The chairman then declares martial law as Fulgore began taking over the city, and Spinal, Riptor, and Glacius come from nowhere to attack.
Okay, Glacius, one of the coolest, most different characters in the entire series. Just not even mentioned for the entire fucking comic book. And now he decides to show up. Where the fuck was he? In a spaceship jerking it?
The trio begin to face off as Jago fights Riptor, Orchid tackles Glacius, and Thunder Mohawk Spinal while their fight continues. The audience grows more excited, only for Combo to rush out of the crowd and head straight for Glacius, punching the crap out of him, proclaiming he's one of the good guys after all.
Yay! The guy who's only cared about himself is magically caring about other people! Fuck you, Combo! Combo tells Orchid to head after the chairman while Thunder takes on Spinal, and Jago decides to follow Orchid, trying to convince her to not go by herself. We see an army of full gore robots attacking them, but are quickly cut apart, and the two keep going.
Idol and the chairman have conversations, with Idol taunting and insinuating that the chairman has no idea what he has done by summoning him. Back with our heroes who are trying to figure each other out as they crawl into the air duct only to appear in front of the chairman and Idol. Jago declares that by his tiger spirit he will defeat the great evil.
The chairman demands that Idol attack, but he shows that he is the one in charge by telling the chairman to take out Orchid. The chairman splits instead, causing our good guys to split up. Jago now goes head-to-head with Idol as the demon taunts to him about taking out his old tiger spirit mentor once before, only to be told to prepare for disappointment. Now serving disappointment 24/7.
Just like IHOP in your sex life. Fuck you.
Jago assumes that he has won as his tiger spirit demands that he kill Idol where he stands. Jago tells his spirit he is not a murderer, which in turn allows Idol enough time to recover.
Meanwhile, as Orchid catches up with the chairman, she gets a mental projection from the tiger spirit, telling her to ignore the chairman and go after Jago. She pauses for a second and eventually ditches the chairman, who just sits there and cries for respect. Are you trying to get me a copyright notice?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Orchid shows up as Jago is pinned down, who yells at her to turn the portal gate on while the tiger spirit questions his motives as Jago pushes Idol towards the portal, and with Orchid's help, the two send the demon back home. Jago then decides to throw the portal device into the portal in order to close it. Our three-issue series ends with Jago and Orchid departing, not knowing what will happen next.
These comics are honestly not that bad. They're worth reading if you love the franchise of Killer Instinct, and they give you what you ask for in backstory regarding Ultratech. That being said,
I've got a final thought on these comics. What the fuck was Cinder? Cinder, who is one of the best characters in the entire game, not even in the fucking comic. What the fuck? That's gay. So mad.
well then, I guess we're done here. Join me next week where we're going to do a review on the comic tag team no one ever asked for. I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.